Hi, I'd like to introduce Boy Chronicles podcast for brown boys. I'm telling our story, just how we relate to the world, our struggle, our come up, and our life.
Yo, watching Rico eat making me hungry, bro.
Yeah, what do you have?
Yo, quesadilla. It's weird, yo. When I'm in surgery, it makes me hungry. Like seeing living flesh, like it makes me hungry.
What? Yo, that's like cannibalistic or some shit, bro.
Yo, chill. It's like a thing, yo. Like when I used to like dissect, like in an anatomy lab and shit, like you always come out like starving, like yo. After seeing all that crazy, like all that nasty shit, like for some reason you be hungry as hell.
What didn't that gross you out more than?
Nah, I don't know. Like I don't know. It's just weird. It's a thing. Like trust me. Like everybody says the same thing. Like when you're like doing this shit, you come out like hungry as hell.
Cannibalistic.
Nah, bro, I have the opposite experience. I remember in 8th grade, we dissected a goddamn bird. And I remember I ate 2 bags of like nacho cheese Doritos. And that shit was so disgusting to me. I threw up in science class. And they had to like close the whole like dissection thing. They had to call like the custodian to clean everything up. And this was 8th grade too. I was a little kid. I was like almost a goddamn adult.
Do you
that shit's disgusting.
Harvey, do you get grossed out by anything still?
Nah, not ever. Like today we took off 2 toes. Like today we just took off 2 toes. Like the evening, like big toe and the second toe. We chopped them off.
Oh, like someone's actual toe?
Yeah, they had an infection, so we had to take them off with the bone. So you like remove this like whole part, and you remove like this whole part, and then you sew it back up together. But yeah, it was like it's like quick shop, like you know, it's a quick like easy procedure and shit. But the dude was bleeding a lot.
What's the worst surgery you can do as a podiatrist?
I mean, hardest is like ankles and shit like that. I don't know, nothing really grosses me out. Like, I mean, I was in general surgery and like I've seen like people's guts like taken out of their stomach and like their colon and shit, and we like literally just take it all out and then we put it all back in. That shit is wild though.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then, yeah, I feel like anything with like the anus and shit. Like sometimes you're like doing a person's hemorrhoids and like they was right on like the dude's like butthole and you had to like burn them off. I was literally like holding the butthole over.
Yo, do you have a foot fetish now?
Nah.
Like, no stuff on toes, like Chapman's toes or anything now?
Most definitely not.
He keeps them. Has it like, do you hate feet now or is it just like still neutral?
Yeah, it's like neutral. There's nothing like, there's no hate or love. It's just neutral.
There's definitely a little bit of love.
Motherfucker gets an appetite. There's definitely love in there, bro.
Would you ever be able to do like surgery on someone you know? Like pretend, if not even family. What if it was like Lucky or me? Do you think you could do it? Like would you be kind of?
I probably wouldn't, just because it's like there's too much liability and like too much like. I would like pawn you off to like a colleague or some shit, because that's like it could like I feel like it fuck up a lot of things too if there's like complications or if anything goes wrong, because nothing is ever guaranteed.
No, not like in the sense of like, would you be more nervous doing that?
I mean, yeah, probably. I mean, no, every patient obviously is like important. So like.
True.
I think there's just like added pressure on because you personally know the person and stuff like that. So that probably weighs heavy on your mental. Like you'll like second guess a lot, even though it's like, second nature to you by then, but you'll just start second guessing like whatever you need to do when you're performing the procedure. And that could like play like, I feel like it'll just be more on the mental side of things than actual execution.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Yeah, so how many ethics classes did you have to like take throughout med school?
Maybe like 2, maybe 3. Not that.
I gotcha.
Yeah, they don't really like focus too much on that as much as they probably should, but it's in there. I feel you just have to have like good morals at the end of the day, right? Like just trust your gut. I mean, like there's a lot of psychotic people out there. Like I don't know if you guys, there's like this podcast out there called Dr. Death.
No.
And like this dude, like literally, he's like a spine surgeon. Creepy shit, yo. He literally got through like residency, and he only did like most spine surgeons or like neurosurgeons come out with like over like 2,500 cases or something like that. He came out with only 100 cases, and like he still like made it out as like a doctor, right? And then he was performing on surgeries, but like literally like I don't know, like something like triggered in his mind. He also did like hella coke. Like he would come to the operation room like coked up and shit, and like on hella drugs and whatnot. And like, he was like purposely like manipulating people. Like he killed like a lot of people, and like he just was getting away with it for like many years. And this is like all in the Texas area and shit. And he would just like get kicked out of one hospital, then he'd go to another hospital, and then like just keep doing what he was doing. But it was some crazy shit.
Dude, that's like,
God damn, bro.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
That's crazy. He only got convicted in 2017.
Yeah. Real recent. You know, he's been doing it since like I think it was 2012 was when he started all this shit.
Fuck.
Dude, no, I get the whole appeal of like helping people out and like the whole like allure of like medicine and shit like that, but I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't be able to handle the pressure of like having to operate on an individual, having like the other person's life in my hands. I feel like this is too much for me. I already have sweaty hands as it is. I will fucking drop the scalpel.
You shake too much, anyways.
You got 2 gloves on, dog. That shit don't come through.
What?
You have 2 gloves on. Like you got 1 glove and a glove on top. That sweat don't come through.
That's true. That's true. Dude, when I was like in research, it was hard to even put on the gloves because my hands are so sweaty. Like I need to like dry them out before like and then like rub them on my shirt. And even then, it was like a hassle. I can't do anything that's related to like hand stuff, yo. I could be a hand model, but I wouldn't be able to do other shit.
Yeah, let me see your hands.
Yo, I got some beautiful ass hands, bro.
Dude, my fingers
They're
are
like the perfect amount of like.
My fingers are low-key fucked.
What?
My fingers are fucked. Like, see that? That's from like getting my finger jammed in high school.
Yeah, your shit is like all hypermobile and everything.
Yeah, it's called the swan neck or whatever. I fucked it up in football.
But
and like I jammed.
Low key, yo, like
Okay, calm down.
But low key though, dog. Come on, like it's like a perfect amount of like feminine and like masculine like attributes, bro. Like I feel like I'd be perfect for it. Right now, you can't even see like the veins and shit. But like if I was working out,
What are the feminine attributes?
I don't know. It's just like fair skin, I guess, or I don't know.
Wait, have you guys ever gotten a manicure or pedicure?
Nah.
I had good things though. I'll give it a try. I just don't know when.
Harvey, we got you to give us manicures and pedicures.
Yeah.
Dude, I just can't handle nail filing. Like even like if I see my sisters doing it, that's just like nails on chalkboard to me. I can't stand if like a girl is filing her nails in front of me. Ugh. It's like weird.
Yeah, shit. Like, yeah, I get bothered by that shit too.
Alright, so are we talking about like the favorite artists or top 3 that we listen to?
No, what's on our recently like in our last month? What's our top artist on like Spotify?
I think I swear to God, for me, it's probably just like a lot of Drake, Travis, and I don't know. I've been listening to a lot of AP2, yo. I've been listening to a lot of Brown music. So for the last month, like it's been those 3.
Yeah, for me, Drake's always on rotation, like at all times, and then. I don't know, yo. I feel like I don't know if you guys are like feeling this, but I feel like I'm getting to this point of like this age where like I've listened to like the music that I've been listening to like so many times now, like that everything is just becoming like in a way like boring to me. Like I've legit listened to like every Travis, every Thug, every Future.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Like I've listened to it to a point now because we're getting older, right? And like now that shit is adding up. And like it's like really I've listened to this shit so many times. I'm legitimately like running out of like music to listen to. Like I genuinely feel like I'm getting bored of it.
And most of the new music, it's so fucking annoying lately.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I used to be
Hey,
the
Boogie's
type
been
to,
killing it though.
Yeah, I used to be the type like I fucked with Lil Pump a little bit, you know. I fucked with the Smoke Work, but like all these new artists, like yo,
I fucked with 69 too. Like he has some bob.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like those were like the new viral stuff that was coming in when we were like in college and stuff. Now like these new viral stuff I haven't been fucking with.
I feel like I haven't been like following. Like I see all these artists come up and I don't even know what they look like. At least back then, I feel like I had like some kind of association. Like now, like okay, like yeah, you got like Polo G, you got like 42 Doug, you got like these people, right? Like 42 Doug album, like I listened to it like front to back. Phenomenal album. Like I thought it was great, right? But like I don't know what the dude looks like. I have like
I have no idea what he looks like.
I have no relationship like whatsoever to him.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've been lacking that with like the newer artists that are coming out right now.
But do you think that's partly because like I mean, do you go out of your way to do it all with like listening to a music album, like just like doing the research behind it, looking at the lyrics and all that shit? Or
don't anymore.
Was that something that like you were stimulated by your friends in college?
Yeah.
And, like they kind of like all were like either playing in the background or.
I feel like it's become too easy now for like music to just like come with Spotify and stuff. Like you just like go to like New Music Friday or you go to like Release Radar, right? And you're just like these songs are coming and like if it's like a bop, you just like listen to it and you don't do research. Back then, like you legitimately had to like search for shit. Like I like lived on SoundCloud, right? Like I would always be like sifting through KV, like same situation, you know what I mean? Like he's introduced me to like many artists, right? And like you're like genuinely like looking for these people. Like every single day, every time I open up my laptop, I'm like typing in hotnewhiphop.com. And like I'm seeing like every single new release that's like coming out. I don't do that no more because there's no need to, and it's like it's kind of like making me lose that connection.
Thing is, we stopped doing that because you have like Spotify curators basically curating your playlist, but at the same time, there's probably artists that we could have found and we're just lazy now, you know,
because of Spotify. Netflix, man, they're showing you everything and they know what you want, so they just throw it in your face and they oversaturate like your feed. Honestly, I think that's kind of better. You get a like a bigger appreciation for like the actual content than just the hype behind it. You know,
things are just becoming oversaturated at this point. Like it's just like too much like consumption.
And there's
like,
too many artists now too. Like you'll like listen to an artist and you'll be like, oh, he just dropped. You listen to the album, fucking trash album. You know, maybe one or two good songs. You know what I'm saying? But then like, it's hard to listen to everyone's album anymore. That's why it's like, okay, I'd rather just fucking wait for Spotify to put it on Rap Caviar or put it on another fucking playlist instead of listening to their trash-ass fucking 20-song album, which they're just doing for views or money, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's the whole reason. I forget, somebody told me like this weird statistic. It like doesn't matter. I think you get paid more for like one track going to the next track, like more people listening like through an album. That's why like songs are shorter now than like they used to be. Like songs used to be like longer and stuff when they're like on CDs. I gotta look this shit up. Like I forget like what it is, but there's something like behind it in terms of like financial, financial like whatever, like to make more money and stuff. Where you can make shorter songs and you're gonna still like produce like the same amount of money.
There's got to be definitely like people on like these like production teams that like really study like the attention span of like their viewers, and they literally are just gonna like target that so heavily so that I don't know they know it'll make money. But.
Dude, we've got so fucking lazy. Like literally, yesterday I bought a month, like changed my account on Hulu just to buy a free month subscription to Hulu, no ads, just to have no ads, bro. Like back in the day, we used to watch fucking TVs with fucking 5-minute commercials between, you know, TV shows with 5-minute commercials, and now it's like, yo, I can't even handle 130 fucking second ad, bro. That on YouTube or anything, have that pop up blocker, you know. It's crazy.
Dude, I bought YouTube Premium only because I watch so much YouTube on my phone. And just Premium. It's like $10 a month or something. Because I just watch everything I watch is on my phone, and you can't have an ad block like on a like Apple phone, like on like Chrome and shit. You can have the ad block extension. But I was just so fucking tired of like if I want to watch a podcast or something, the motherfuckers put like 20 billion little yellow tabs with ads every fucking second. Yeah. So I'm like, so then there was like this promotion for 3 months free of it. And I did it, and I like really fucking enjoyed it. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna fucking pay for this. And dude, they got me. I caved in, bro. They got me, bro. I'm caved in.
Yeah, it's a bad. I don't know if it's like a habit or something. It's just bad in general. Just to have that. I feel like you don't even have to like. You're like forced into this habit of having a low attention span and stuff. I wonder how many kids have like ADHD and stuff now just because of stuff like this.
Bro, ADHD is a huge problem in society right now. Like, really, they're handing out, like, Adderall, like, left and right. But, like, in terms of, like, social media, like, I mean, like, it's, like, a serious problem. Like, I mean, I noticed my attention span is, like, straight garbage now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I have to, like consistently, like, train myself. Like, but, like, I jump around. And, like, that's what all this TV, all this, like, computer screens, like, all that shit, like, all our phones and stuff. I mean, how instant is it for you? Like, I don't know if you guys have ever done it. Like, sometimes I, like, legitimately delete apps off my phone. Like, I'll delete, like, Instagram or Twitter. And, like, no, like, legit, like, the app won't even be there on my phone right now. I'll pick up my phone, my like, hand and will automatically go to, like, where it is and, like, try to click it. And it's not there anymore. Like, it's, like, so fucking, like, it's so fucked.
Sometimes I'll be coding, right? You know, I'll be like, yo, this problem's too hard or something. And I'm like, yo, I need
Dude, how did we even get to this point now? Now I'm trying to think, like, is it just like...
No, we talked about how, like, producers and stuff, they like, capitalize on our small attention spans and, like, all our, like, they know what to make money off of.
No. I meant more so. No, I understand that. No, I meant more so like, is this like not to like get political? Is it just like because of capitalism, where like the whole United States is just always refining shit to make it more efficient, to more better? Like to me, when I think about like the society we live in, it's always just like the best thing, and usually the best thing is something that's much better than the previous one. Then it's just always just taking the concentrate. We just want the juice always. We just want the juice, and that's how we digest. At least it's the world we fucking like. I don't know, I guess live in. So is that like how we are getting into this like little bubble of where we just need like short shit because we don't enjoy the fruit anymore? We just want the concentrate.
It's like
it's dopamine, yo. It's like you're getting this instant hit
dopamine
at all times. Like you're just all about the reward, just like hit after hit. Like every time, like you really like open up. Like our dopamine levels are definitely like fucked. Like if we all got our shit like checked, they'd be like next level fucked. Because every time you like open up Instagram, every time you open up Twitter, and you see like interaction, and you see a like or you see somebody's post, like you just flare up, right? So you don't get amused as easily to like normal things that like a normal person like 20 years would get amused to, or like get happiness from or excitement from. And like that's why it's important to like detox from that shit too. It's gonna be interesting to see, yo. I feel like like attention spans, like it's like a serious thing, and like I find it so hard to like just like stay like focused on like a task for like more than like 5-10 minutes. Like my mind is like always wandering now, and I can't. Like I got really good about like reading. Like reading, I could like focus and I could read for like an hour a day. But like as of recently, like whatever, like things have just been all over the place, and like I've just like even lost that too right now. So it's like it's fucking shitty.
Nah, my attention span's really bad lately. I don't know. I used to be able to like go to the library, study for 5-6 hours. Now I sit at my desk after like 20 minutes. I'm like, yo, I need a break or some shit.
Yeah, facts.
It's crazy.
I don't know. I've met people that like they're like happy that they had like I've legit like people like met people that like have been diagnosed with ADHD, and like they like are thankful for it because it allows for them to like be more creative, allows them to like be more spontaneous, allows them to like get in things and like just fucking like let their like mind go, and then like go from this task to that task, and then something just blows up. So like there's like little pros to it in a way.
Yeah, but like so in that case, that's increasing their productivity. But like for most people, it's not. It's decreasing your productivity.
Yeah, that's fact. Because if you're getting ADHD and you're like turning and just going through Instagram, that's different. If you're going from like task to task, that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
When did you guys get your first cell phone?
Shit.
8th grade.
Like first like real cell phone, or like just like
smartphone?
First like regular cell phone.
Right, what's 9th grade?
8th grade.
Mine was like
9th grade?
I was
9th
ninth
grade. Like only flip phone. Like could only call.
Yeah, Razor, Motorola Razor.
Yeah. No tech.
No, mine was a Razor. Mine was like a fucking slider.
Yeah, Lucky was always ahead of the curve all the time. Man's always had like.
Oh, he the sidekick?
Yeah, he was always ahead, yo. His parents always hooked him up.
No, I got the Rumor. I had the Motorola Rumor where it was like a keyboard on the side. It slid to the side. I missed that phone.
I don't think I got texting until like 10th grade. And then like I had like this I used to like be sitting in class like texting behind my back and shit. I was like I got real nice with it, like look.
Wait, when you have to scroll through the letters like each button?
No, I had the slider. So I just had the keyboard.
You're the keyboard.
So I just be sitting like this. I just be texting like people and shit.
Dude, you guys have the phones where you have to scroll through the keys?
Back in school, like teachers were like, "What are you doing down there?"
How do you guys think it works now in school? Like, you think they're like strict about like phones the way they were with us?
No. My school, like, you're allowed to have phones, and like when I graduated, you were allowed to have phones in class.
Wait, in high school?
In high school, the year after I graduated, you were allowed to have phones in class.
Damn.
But you can't use them. But like, you're allowed to like.
Yeah, but you don't.
I mean, everybody had their phone on. Then what do you mean? I'm saying like
no. Like you could use them. You could use them. Like if you're like, pretend you're just like doing an assignment. You could have it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, like true. Back then you couldn't even have it out.
Yeah, back then it was like straight penalized, like getting slapped on the wrist. Yeah.
Dude, which kid do you think is actually making a fucking voice memo of the lecture in like 8th grade, bro? They're motherfuckers not using that shit for actual education purposes.
Yeah,
they're sampling.
They back in the day, you had a Motorola Razr in one pocket, iTouch in the other.
The iPad was like the thing, yo.
I didn't have texting on my phone, so I used to use Kick on iPod Touch. Kick Messenger.
Yeah, those phones weren't capable of music, so you had to use the iTouch.
Were you guys ever on AIM? AIM?
Nah.
It was on Yahoo.
Do you guys remember texting in the original? Did you guys have cell phones where the original texting you had to scroll through each letter by clicking it multiple times? I forget what the texting thing is called.
I think that's like that's like how Motorola Razr texting was. You know, it's just only 9 keypads and 3 letters per key.
Yeah, but Harvey said he had a full keyboard. Like I didn't have that.
That was my phone
First
too.
I had a Razr, but I didn't have texting when I had the Razr. Then I got like texting when I got like, this flip, like the keyboard one.
Yeah.
It was like a knockoff BlackBerry.
So you didn't struggle through going through each character, then going through the capital letters, then go through the number.
My parents didn't even give me texting at that time. I could only call them like pick me up from like practice or like come after, and then I'd hop on my AIM like when I got home, and that's when I'd be like talking to people.
Yeah.
That's why I got mad at texting. My typing speed is like 90.
I was on an AIM. I was on Facebook early actually, and then what were the Skype, and then what was the other one? Uvu
MySpace.
or Voodoo or the the other.
No. Uvu was like the video one, video chat.
There was a other
Omegle
video one. No. It was like a video chat like Skype, but it was like Voodoo or Uvu or something. It was like black and gold.
Oh, I think it was Voodoo. Yeah,
it started
with V. Yeah.
Uvu or something like that. Yeah. I was on that.
Early stages of Facebook with the games and shit. Was it Farmville or some shit?
Nah, Miniclip. Yo, Miniclip used to go hard. There was that game like George W. Bush. You go in, like you have like a fucking chopper, and like you're like shooting up dogs. Like,
damn, that's crazy.
You guys ever play Club Penguin?
Yeah,
no.
Of course.
No.
Never. You definitely seem like the type that would play.
Yo, we was on that for sure. me, Jesse, Jimmy, we used to have like sleepovers and stuff. We'd be on that shit like all night.
I was on Wizards 101.
I never got on that.
You know what that was, though, right? You heard about it? Yeah, I was into that.
Or you guys? Did you guys like WoW? Like what World of Warcraft?
Nah, that's still big, I think, right now. But nah.
Dude, my parents would never let me get that because that shit was too expensive. $15 a month. They're like, fuck that. Dude, I had to like beg them for 6 months to just give me a RuneScape membership because that shit was like $5 a month.
Damn.
Dude, it's crazy.
RuneScape was the best memories, bro.
Back then, me and my sister had to share a fucking slow ass computer, you know, because the internet was so trash, and we'd like take turns on the fucking chair to play the game that we were on.
Facts. Did you guys all start off with like dial-up, like AOL?
Yeah, dial-up.
Yo,
slow ass computer.
That was
you gotta switch. you were like, yo, let me play right now. Do you remember like?
What did you guys play?
We played this like fucking. It was, you know, on the cereal boxes. Like, Millsbury or whatever, we played that. Like, you just, I don't know, you just play like mini games.
Wait, what? What?
On cereal boxes, there used to be like mini games or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know what I'm talking about. We used to play some of those. Like there's a website.
Like you just go to a website and there's like a code?
You just go to a website. Yeah.
I've never played those.
Yeah.
There's like this website called Mo Fun Zone where it was just like those Flash player games. That's where I would always just go to play, like if I wanted to play like outside of like RuneScape shit.
That. I remember playing like the Lego games in like at the library where you put the CD-ROM in. You know what I'm talking about? At the library.
Wait, what's up?
At like in elementary school, at your library, you would put like CD-ROMs in to play video games.
Oh yeah. Fourth grade was popping, bro.
Yeah.
Damn, you bring back like some real ass flashbacks right now.
Yeah.
I feel like I never think of this shit. I feel like it's hard to think about things like from like our like childhood. I don't know how like about you guys, but like for me, I feel like I can't remember a lot of things like in terms of like elementary school or like.
Dude, they used to put fucking video games on floppy disks, and I remember I used to put that in the
now like
computer back.
It's coming back.
Yeah.
Dude,
those games seem like so fucking fun when you're little, but now probably if I look back, like, yo, why the fuck did I play this shit? It's so dumb.
Because it's all relative, like to your age, and you know.
Yeah, when you have nothing, that's like the best thing.
Yo, all right, question. You guys think like if it was possible, like, are you guys cool with like progressing through life, like starting from like baby to like getting old and like dying, or do you think it would be better if like some fucking like multi-universe blah blah blah, you could like be born at like 90 years old and then you like work backwards?
Well, Benjamin Button.
Yeah, Benjamin Button.
yeah, essentially.
I don't know, but are you aware that you're going backwards?
Yeah, like you're aware you're like progressing backwards.
Like you're aware,
not just your age, like your career. And then you're going into like childhood, you're going into like your college years, right? Like you're going from like being an adult, working a job, from job you're going into like college, college you're going into like high school you're going, but like I don't know how it would work like in terms of like educational knowledge and stuff like that. I don't know if it just like automatically just like goes back down and you start over.
So as a kid, you're aware you're a kid and you
you're aware.
80 years.
You're progressing like backwards.
Wouldn't it still yield the same result? It's just that you're just old to young versus young to old.
Would you
You're
retain
still,
the
like,
memories of like the old person when you're going back to the young person?
Yeah,
I feel like you would start out with no memories, right? Because as a child, you're just body of a 90-year-old.
yeah, no, but like let's say like the memories deteriorate as time goes.
I feel like I would have more fun because when you're old now, you know, you won't, you know, your leg might break or some shit. You know, if you're a baby and a kid, you know, you could be flopping around.
Wait,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm confused. So Rinku, like, right now, like, we day to day we learn and we get experiences and we use them to like make the following day better. When you're fucking 90, you have garnered all like whatever like wisdom you got from your life, and then you just like kind of.
So I would say you go backwards, like because every year we're learning new things, right? And every year we're like learning new things. So as you progress 1 year back, you just lose what you learned in that 1 year. Each step back. So you're not like completely wiping yourself out. You're wiping yourself out in terms of like memory by like 1 year.
But
so
that
you
sense.
still have all the memories from like being born. So like you were pretty much essentially born and you had a whole life, and then like you just don't remember that whole life. Like there was like this whole like life that was kind of created for you, and then you got just shot out at like 90, and then you have those memories all over, right? And now you're just kind of like progressing backwards.
Moving on. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I know what he's talking about, dude. It's just like if
it's
you
hard
think
to, like,
about
put in words,
like the more you know, I feel like that's how like when they think about adults is like because you have like fucking more, you just like know more about the world and how like the world kind of works behind the scenes. Like you like unveil the curtain.
You're more cynical.
He's saying going from unveiling the curtain to going ignorance is bliss. So like most people like hate that they're gonna get old. But then you'll look forward to life getting younger because I guess you'll look forward to the ignorance where you don't know shit, and that's why shit becomes more fun.
Wait, but
at least that's what I got.
Can I say something? This is where it becomes weird, right? Pretend like this year, right? I'm going forward, right? My mindset, okay, I want to become a software engineer. But if it was Harvey's case, this year I would still try becoming a software engineer, but then the next year I wouldn't because I'd go a year back, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you'll be back in the lab.
But then why am I working? Yeah, but then exactly. But why would I be working toward the software engineer career the year of?
Dude, this is just Tenet, bro. This is just Tenet, bro. This is just Tenet.
You know what I'm saying?
This is just Tenet. Just think of it. Wait, all right, yo. Before we go back to topic, what did you like? How would you describe Tenet, the movie?
I don't know. Tenet is just like a mind fuck for sure.
Anyone?
Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it.
I've seen it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yo, remember Colorado?
Yeah, the choppy ass connection on a hotspot.
Yeah, go ahead.
You remember that?
I don't know. I was pretty confused, but I kind of like figured out like it wasn't like super complicated by the end of it. Like, I mean, you could see the ending as like the beginning of the movie, like where he, I don't know. Actually, I gotta rewatch that movie. I like the whole cinematography and all, like the whole like vibration and all that shit, but I really didn't like follow along too well.
I feel you couldn't like blink. You had to like catch every single scene. Every single scene had like its like role. And like, yeah, I think I agree. I feel like as you progress towards the end, it kind of all, in a way, kind of like came together, right? Like this guy was like sent back, and then he kind of like manipulated everybody to like his advantage, like because he already knew what was happening, blah blah blah. But yeah, I gotta watch it again too for sure. I think I gotta watch it like 2 times. I've only watched it once.
I only watched it once, but then I googled it and it made a little bit sense to me. The way I like would describe it to someone is, you know, a normal movie is just chronological progression from like start to finish, where this like imagine like a number line where you have -10 to 10 and in the middle is 0. And this movie starts from -10 and 10 and it meets at 0, and that's just like how the movie works. That's how I would describe it to someone, where it's not really going from -10 to 10, it's going from 2 points all going to 0, and that's just like the movie. Because it's always just like
did you look up that
someone
explanation, or did you just come up with that?
No, I did. I had to. Like, I had to, yo. Like that's how I like understood it.
No, that actually like makes like a
that was really good.
Yeah, facts.
Wait, so in the movie, I haven't watched the movie, but are there like two different like plot lines going on or something?
I mean,
in a way,
it's fine. I'll watch it.
it's
yeah,
two
in a
different
way,
perspectives. It's two
yeah.
perspectives
Yeah,
that
okay.
are constantly interlinked, but you kind of lose track of which perspective you're watching. And obviously,
Okay.
one is forward, one is backwards.
All right, I'll watch it. I'll try watching it this weekend.
Yo, that's a fire.
Kid, you're trying to tell you to pay attention.
I'm not gonna pay attention when we're drinking. Like, what are you
Definition
talking
of it.
about? Like, you want me to pay attention to a serious movie while
Oh,
I'm
that's what
drinking?
you're talking about, Denver. Oh yeah, I forget we were watching that in the basement. in
Yeah, but
Denver.
the
Then KV just had his like little moment, bro. Like KV had his like little man period where he just like
No.
doesn't like being told what to do.
No, Deej. Okay, we were drinking, right? We were drinking mad hard. I was like, yo, I'm not gonna pay attention to this movie. Let's watch something like a comedy movie. I was like, no, I'm not gonna remember this tomorrow. Right? There's no point in me watching it right now because I know I'm not gonna remember. I'm gonna probably black out within a fucking couple drinks. There's no point in me watching. Yo, just watch it. Just watch it for the blah 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 for the plot. I was like, I'm not gonna remember this shit tomorrow. Let's just watch something late. It makes sense.
Yo, we got our freedom back from like the vaccination. We're like, yo, let's get it, and like we just picked Colorado.
Out west.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, like these
What's
guys
up?
went like skiing and stuff like that. I couldn't go because I had like
Skiing. Skiing. We went skiing.
Dude, that shit was trash. Only because I fucking drank tequila that morning, bro. Like I told you, like I had such a miserable time, dude. I was sweaty, like hungover, like, and these motherfuckers were trying to make me be coordinated, and I'm already not coordinated as a begin, like to start off with.
Wait, was this your first time skiing though?
The fucking
Yeah, it was both of
yeah,
our
that was
first
my first time skiing.
Oh
and then,
my
like,
God,
we're,
man.
like, dude, like, all right, we like
But they were on, like, the
wake up at
bunny
like 8 a.m.
Dude.
But even then, bro, that shit was scary, bro. Like I was just not
Yeah.
coordinated. I thought I was gonna like.
Colorado, man. It's completely different than if you go to like the Poconos or something and you start out there. Like that's definitely like the worst conditions to start in.
I know, and on top of that, like I was inebriated. Like I was just like I couldn't like fucking stand still properly.
Dude.
Half the time I was just like taking the goddamn skis off and putting them on, and I was getting so heated. I was like, yo, I just want to fucking sit down and pass out.
Yo, 10 steps in on flat ground, right? We leave like this. We leave where you rent your skis and stuff, right? We start walking on the snow on our skis, right? 10 feet in, basically, like you get stuck on a fucking fence, like an orange, like the plastic like fences, like the orange. You get stuck there for like 20 minutes, bro. 25 minutes.
I didn't know, dude. Motherfuckers told me you pizza and like French fry to stop. I did the fucking pizza so many times, but it still wouldn't stop. So I don't understand like how like motherfuckers ski. Like it didn't make sense. Like I was trying my hardest to like do the pizza shit, but it wouldn't like I wouldn't slow down. Then I would just have to fall back to like stop myself, or I would have just keep like I don't know. I thought I was gonna die.
Dude, the first time I just sent it down with Akshay, yo, that shit was scary. I don't know.
What's up?
I don't know if you saw me the first time. I went right up with Akshay, sent it straight down. Like I didn't no form or anything. I just said fuck it. Like just went straight down. I was like literally asked Akshay, but yo, I went so fucking fast. I had to like fall on my side on purpose just to like not hit something or like crash into something. But
Are you
like,
an experienced skier?
No. It was
our first time.
It was
Both of us
literally my
first
first time, and I just sent it. But like, I like adrenaline stuff. Like I told Harvey I want to go bungee jumping in Cali too and stuff. I don't know. I like.
Bro, I feel like
stuff
you're like
that.
too big body to like bungee jump.
You thought?
They need like an extra bungee for KV's like
Bag,
BMI.
bro. Like you too tall and like it's just like it's gonna be too much. It's a risk. I met like one of my classmates. Like she like went bungee jumping in Ecuador. Sketchy as fuck. I mean, she came out alive, but like
It has to be in like Cali or something.
Yeah,
not a third world.
Yeah, it's a third world country. Like sketchy as fuck. Would you guys do skydiving?
Yeah, it's on the list.
I don't know if I'm like hit that
bro.
like point yet where I want to skydive yet.
No, I
But
feel
I
like,
feel
the
like
older I
life
get,
hasn't
man,
gotten
like,
that
I'm
boring
just
where I want to
like,
skydive, bro.
I'm terrified of everything now. I can't really fucking. You get more fearful about morbidity. I don't know, after college, and I'm that's hitting me right now. So
I don't know.
I'm with you on there. I honestly think about like death more than I feel like I should be or that I'm used to before. Like recently, like just I don't even know. Like I feel like I have this like more morbid. Like yeah, I agree with you, dude.
I don't know. I like the way I see it and why I enjoy stuff is just like I think you're meant to die at a certain time.
I also agree
planned
with that
out.
viewpoint too, because it's like once it's your time, it's your time. Just fucking accept it.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like
Yeah.
you don't, and I don't.
But
think
like
you
you
do
want to push
anything
the
to prevent it.
boundaries at the same time. It's like it's such a
No.
conflicting, like controversial thing.
It's not. I don't know. I don't think it's pushing the boundaries. If you're gonna die, you're gonna die a certain way. You're gonna die at a certain time.
So if you're doing something, if you're meant to die no matter what, you know, at a certain time.
You might as well be living every day like it is your last, as cliche as it is.
It's not even, as cliche as it sounds, but at the end of the day, like, it's not even that. Just do what you want to do. You know, you should be willing to do what you want to do within your lifetime, or at least try it once, you know. And I'm always down to try anything once, mostly, you know. Obviously, there's some exceptions that I wouldn't do.
Going off,
but that's just how it
goes. A little bit, like, kind of breaching off it. So I think you said earlier, like, last year you were working in the lab, and like now you're trying to like switch careers and like go into software. Like, what's all that about? Like, what did you study at like Pitt and like?
Oh, well, I study bio, and I've talked to Harvey and Lucky about this for like 2 years after. I took so long to decide. I hated it, by the way. I hated working in a lab. We used to do like our company used to make like biodiagnostic like kits and markers and stuff to check for different diseases like ovarian cancer. We even helped with like the COVID. Like to test if people were like positive or negative, basically, you know, those test kits. But it's so boring, and it got to the point where it's like sometimes I'm just sitting in my lab, like in the lab on my phone. I'm like, why am I getting paid for just sitting around? And I'm like, I don't mind working, right? Like, I want to be doing something at least, right? I hate just sitting around, especially like if you're just sitting there for days on end or hours on end. You're just like, what the fuck, you know? And I decided to, you know, it took me 2 years, but I decided to like switch my careers to something I really wanted to do and really like was kind of passionate about it. And I like to create my own stuff too. So like, obviously I want a coding job at first, but hopefully like I can make whatever I want after this.
Were your parents like, you know, pretty, were they the ones who like kind of pushed you into bio, or was that like something that you were like trying to do like to start off?
I mean, it was probably 50-50. Yeah. I feel like at the same time, like obviously all Indian parents want you to do something successful, and it's like bio and pre-med. I was pre-med at one point, but I didn't want to go through everything, you know. It's a long process, be in debt for that long and stuff like that.
Dude, it's such a fucking toxic like loop. Like, motherfuckers at 18 don't know what they want to do for the rest of their life. Like, the safe bet most kids just do is stability, and that just always comes from STEM. And half of the motherfuckers don't even truly like STEM, but it's just like, all right, I don't know what to do because I'm only 18. And it's just such a terrible system, and it's hard for you to even transition because then everything is so cost associated. Like, if you want to switch to another major, like what you really like, but then like, oh, are you really trying to take out another 20K loans?
Yeah, and then like, that's like, you can ask Lucky. Like, I've talked to him multiple times about switching careers, and I never pulled the trigger. And then then COVID happened. I was like, okay, this is a really good time to just pull the fucking trigger.
So did you lose your job, or did you just like decide like?
Well, I just quit. Yeah, I said I quit. But like, for like, even though I was getting paid well for 2 years, like, it was like a constant struggle of like, should I just fucking. I usually don't have anxiety, but like for that stuff, like for that like life-changing stuff, like I do have anxiety for it, and that was like one of those like where I waited for 2 years and shit.
Dude, I'm sure Harvey's told you about how many times I complain about my stuff too. Same situation. My thing was the arts instead of STEM, and I did the engineering route. So I totally feel you there. And right now I'm kind of like reaching the 1.5 year mark. Well, actually, I passed the 1.5 year mark at this company, and my whole thing is like, I don't want to leave New York. I desperately want to work in like arts and creativity and like work for myself, maybe do shoes, like videos, like all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I don't know. It's a lot harder to make that transition, like when you're kind of just like in that like STEM like loop for so long, and like you know what your life is right now. But
it's because you get comfortable, bro. Comfortable is like it's a weakness in our like. It's not so much like. That's what it is. Like, you just get comfortable, and you don't push yourself anymore, right? And you don't expand yourself to like do more and do all that. People just get content with where they are. They're living good. They're able to provide for themselves. They got food on their table. They got a roof on their house. Like, they got a decent car. You get comfortable, and then you just get used to that lifestyle. Like, am I really happy? You might not be, but like everything around you signifies that you are happy. So.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like a double-edged sword, dude. Like, there's certain people that are never comfortable, and I'm kind of like in that similar fashion. Like, I always want to do more.
That's a good thing, though. I'm on that. Yeah. I'm on that.
I don't know, bro. Like, I guess it's all about perspective. Like, I'm happy that I'm not like I know what I don't like, what I like, and I'm going towards that.
I feel like
But
there's
then
two different
it's
like types of like I'm not comfortable. There's like, oh, I'm not comfortable because like, oh, I'm struggling and I need to do more to like provide for myself. And then there's like the I'm not comfortable as in like, oh,
You're
I
hungry.
can do, yeah, I'm hungry and I can do more and I can push myself. And like, I know I'm like doing fine, but I want to like push the limits. And yeah, that's a battle. I agree with you. It's a double-edged sword. Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like career-wise or whatever you do, right? At the end of the day, like the main goal should be working for yourself by a certain age. You want to like you should
I
like
don't necessarily agree with that. I feel like that certain people are built for that, but certain people are also okay with just like kind of like following orders, doing the typical 9 to 5, and then like doing
Yeah.
anything, and that's just like,
well,
to them that's like where
yeah, but if it's that case, like at least try pushing for management or leadership positions, you know?
Yeah.
Don't just be content with
Don't just settle to be an employee.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
some
you know
people
what I'm
do
saying?
need like structure. They need something to like, okay, like I need to be here by this time.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
like, that stuff and like all that stuff. Too. Which like I mean, as attention span like decreases, I feel like that shit is vital. Like you know what I mean? Like I mean,
Yeah.
I like to like be my own boss too, but I mean, I realize that like there's at times where I'm just fucking lazy as fuck and I don't want to do nothing. Right? It would be nice to have somebody on my back end like pushing me and like telling me to do this and I gotta get this done by this timeline. You know what I mean? At least I'd like have an increase in productivity. So it is like it's all fucking like just like this one balance that you just gotta find for yourself.
All right, thanks for tuning in. You can find us on YouTube and Spotify at Brown Boy Chronicles. Feel free to email us with any questions or topics you'd like us to discuss in future episodes. The email is brownboychronicles1@gmail.com. All right, see you next time.